Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Let's Play Warframe. I'm your host of the most, as always, Francois878. And today I'm hoping is the final episode on the mess that is the Hydroid Rework. I'm going to be giving my final thoughts on it as of the final major update from DE. The changes that were added in update 21.5, which was the big 10th-gen update, will be the final updates that Hydroid gets, unless something drastic happens or a bug needs to be fixed. So I'm just going to quick fire through these changes, and I'm going to talk about each one and kind of give my final thoughts on Hydroid as a frame and where he's at in the game right now. Hydroid has finally received the PBR treatment. Okay. Hydroid's base energy is now increased from 150 to 188. That's nice. He's a caster frame. Tempest Barrage now has a charging sound to indicate when the ability is being charged. Awesome. Allies can shoot their weapons into Hydroid's undertow to transfer half of their damage and distribute it amongst all enemies in the puddle. We'll get to that in a second. Undertow damage per second is now a percentage of the target's maximum health. So the undertow damage now truly scales to enemies in the pool. Great change. Undertow damage per second now scales with the amount of enemies in the pool. More submerged enemies, more damage. What you're looking at right now is some tests I've done in the simulation room. These four enemies, an Arid Heavy Gunner, Corrupted Heavy Gunner, Ancient Healer, Corpus Tech, all level 100. And you can time it, because I timed it. I have a stopwatch right at my desk. It takes 7 and then 8 seconds for the Corpus Tech and the Ancient to die, respectively. And then it takes 28 seconds total for the Arid Heavy Gunner and the Corrupted Heavy Gunner to die. Now, the build that I'm using for this particular demonstration is a 284% power strength build. It's not really a realistic balanced build for you guys, but I just kind of want to show you guys how much time it will take to kill enemies at level 100 with Undertow. Honestly, 28 seconds to kill a level 28 Corrupted Heavy Gunner by literally sitting there and doing nothing isn't too bad. I mean, in a realistic situation, are you going to have 284% power strength on Hydroid? I mean, there's a chance. I'm not totally sure you would, but there's a chance. Now, this second demonstration is exactly the same. It's all the same enemies, except this time around I have 8 enemies instead of 4. Now, this was to test the theory that more enemies equal more damage. You can time it. It actually takes the exact same amount of time to kill all of these enemies using Undertow, despite there being twice as many enemies in the pool. And this is current. This is as of update 21.5.2. So I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong or if I'm misinterpreting this. I feel like if there's more enemies in the pool, stuff should die faster. That's how I'm interpreting that change, and it's broken. It's not working right now. Now, this last test is to show the change now with Corroding Barrage, which is the augment for the first ability Hydroid has, Tempest Barrage, and its interaction with Undertow. AKA, it's broken. Now, I'm going to start just like the same. I'm going to start the same as the last two tests with the Undertow, and then I'm going to charge Corroding Barrage. And you can time this. The amount of time it takes to kill the Ancients and the Corpus Tech are about the same. The Heavy Gunners die in literally half the time. They die in 14 seconds versus the 28 seconds that it would normally have taken. It's a good, it's almost overpowered, I would say. If Hydroid wasn't not really a great frame to begin with, I would say it's really overpowered. But the problem with anything that has to do with Undertow is that it's promoting you sitting in one place and pulling enemies into your pool instead of jumping around and having fun and using the guns that you've put 3, 4, 5 forma into. I'm not happy with it. The entire rework is basically promoting you sitting in your 3 for as long as possible and using corroding corroding barrage as much as humanly possible. And I feel like the entire rework is promoting the playstyle of AFK, and I don't really understand how some partners could defend the range nerfs to his 3 and his 4 by saying, oh, well, DE doesn't want to pander to certain playstyles. But leaving in this overpowered reaction with corroding barrage and Undertow is clearly catering to a specific playstyle into a specific augment. So I don't know what to think of this. The long and the short of it is, I didn't play Hydroid before the rework, and I won't be playing him after. It's just not enough, sadly. He does have some potential. I think that the Undertow changes are they're not for me. You know, obviously, if you want to sit on a defense objective and just smash corroding barrage into enemies, then he's great. But personally, I think that Pilfering Swarm had it was a lot more fun, and you were a lot more active. Let me know what you guys think of the Hydroid rework in the comment section down below. Until next time, I'm your host of the most, Francois878, signing off.